I feel like most struggles in life can be resumed by this balance between being locked in and being tapped in. There's not one that's more important than the other. They're like both necessary, but it's like also you have to know when is the time to be locked in and when is the time to be tapped in. You can't just be locked in, get to work, be productive, but not really question yourself on like how you feel about it. Really like get in your intuition about it and get tapped in. But at the same time, if you get too tapped in and you start like overthinking everything and you start like really feeling everything but never acting on anything, you have all these ideas and all these dreams, but you never act on it and never happens. And then you get frustrated when people do it before you because you weren't locked in enough. So it's like, it's really a balance between the two. If you're only locked in, but you're not tapped in at all, you never take the time to become more tapped in, then you're gonna build a lot. You're gonna be successful probably, but it's not gonna be the stuff that makes you feel alive. It's not gonna be the stuff that makes you feel joy and peace and purpose because you never took the time to question yourself if you're going in the right direction. This balance of being locked in is kind of like you're drawing your path, and the being locked in is going forward in the path, and being tapped in is readjusting the path to like make sure you end up at the right destination. If you just go in a direction forever without questioning your direction, you're just gonna end up nowhere. You're gonna end up somewhere random. But if you move somewhere and then you take a little bit of time to question yourself and like really take in how it is here. Don't overthink it. Just like feel it for a bit and then continue moving forward and just accept that trial and error is part of the process. And I think that's the best way to get to a place in your life where you're comfortable and happy. If we take the analogy of that path further, of like being locked in is advancing on that path and being tapped in is like reorienting the angle, then your goal is to walk a curved line. What I mean by that is you shouldn't like be locked in for 2 days and then think about those 2 days afterwards. You should constantly try to like be in balance with these two sides of yourself. Like with every movement, you should very quickly assess how it makes you feel and how like and slightly adjust your path every time. So for example, I feel like if you're studying, don't just pick something you like and then go like be locked in your studies all the way through. Like maybe every day you're studying what you're studying, try to question yourself like what did I enjoy in today? Um, what did I like about today? What did I did not like? And then you're gonna be able to adjust the next day. How are you gonna put your energy in the next day's work? Or maybe some class you don't think is really worth your time because you don't really enjoy that and you don't think you're going to use that later on. But then don't be close-minded and be set on that choice. I don't know if that makes sense, but you need to make that line curved. Personally, like I've spent entire months of my life just standing at one point and not moving because I don't know exactly where I want to go, so I just keep trying to readjust the angle and keep getting more and more tapped in and learn about stuff and just keep learning. But it never lead me anywhere. I need to just start doing stuff to get further, to get more data of like where I want to go. I fell in the trap of I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay at this point, I'm gonna think forever, and then at some point I'm gonna find the perfect answer of how to live my life, which path I need to travel, which things I want to do, so that I can just forever advance in that direction and I'm gonna be happy in the but it doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. You cannot just think forever and have magically the perfect path appear in front of you. You have to just try stuff. You have to go somewhere and just like do stuff. Like I notice in life that the things I'm most proud of is when I just went for it without knowing for sure if it was gonna work. But then there was also times in my life where I did that without ever questioning myself. I just went forward in some plan and it led me to somewhere. I kind of regret it because I had these feelings all this time that I was not going in the right direction, but I ignored it because I was like, I need to stay in this path. I need to stay in this path. So I figured out that the balance between these two concepts of going forward in life and readjusting the direction has to be intertwined and constantly done at the same time, or else I always figure out like I'm either not advancing anywhere and like not progressing at all, or I'm progressing but in a way that's not fulfilling and doesn't really lead me to the place I want to be. It's funny because this concept of being locked in and being tapped in is very reminiscent of the concepts of like yin and yang, or like masculine and feminine energy and spirituality. It's kind of like we found new ways of talking about the same stuff the ancients has been talking about forever. And it's kind of like my nails right now, like the yin yang. That's kind of a crazy coincidence, but yeah. Like the concept of yin is like about like the feminine, like more tapped in, like intuition, uh passive restrictive principle, and like the yang is more the active burst of energy, directionless. And like, and yeah, when finding inner balance, I feel like mapping locked in and tapped in to the inner balance of oneself kind of makes sense. I hope it makes sense to you guys as well. Like, let me know if this makes sense, if you also think this is very fundamental in finding inner balance and growing in life. Thanks for watching.